And hello everyone, this is Elliott Serrano of the Comics Waiting Room, coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. I'm here with my buddy Jose Melendez, vendor here at Dreamland Comics. And for those of you who visit the Comic Culture Warrior YouTube channel regularly, you would recognize that this is where Jose and I have our weekly conversations about comics. But since today, Comics Waiting Room is doing a special themed issue on the rising costs of comic books, we decided to do a segment here on that very topic. And I know Jose and I have had this discussion frequently. Many times. So what we're going to do is we have some specific examples today of comic books that were higher in cover price, but I don't know if they were entirely justified. And it seems from some of the examples that we have here that there is one particular company that is guiltier of doing this sort of thing than others. And well, I don't know if it's going to come as a surprise to folks who watch our YouTube channel quite often. So what do we got here, Jose? We've got a variety of books. We've got a couple from DC.
We got two from DC.
From DC.
And, well, we got a bunch from Marvel. But they're all there's all different things wrong with these Marvel ones. Especially
with Marvel, because it was really brought up just recently with this book here. X-Men, Astonishing X-Men Ghost Boxes with by Warren Ellis, Alan Davis, and Adi Granov, which really pissed off a lot of folks. Did you ever read Ain't It Cool News?
No.
Okay, so the Ain't It Cool News, they have this group, they call themselves the assholes, but they're guys who review comic books. Mm-hmm. And generally they review comics, and the guy who was supposed to review this particular book said he was so angry he didn't even bother reviewing the book. He just went off about why this book really shouldn't have been $3.99 on the cover. $3.99.
Well, originally, if I remember correctly, this book was solicited as 48 pages.
48 pages?
I believe so, or 42. Something like that. But it was solicited to have more pages in it than it ultimately ended up having. Mm-hmm. It actually turned out to be a regular standard 32-page count instead of 48. So the problem with this book is that it's 32 pages, but there's two 8-page stories in there.
Right.
So you're getting 16 pages of art. And then what they decided to do was then give you a full page of the breakdowns of the Simone Bianchi cover, different steps that he went through. That takes up a whole page. And then the rest of the book is filled with the script in really small, penciled, very not even very detailed penciled pages of the book.
Those are the breakdowns or the layouts, right?
Yeah. So that's what it was. It was and it's just funny because we've been complaining about the rising cost of Marvel books, because what they normally like to do is they'll take a book for no apparent reason, Ghost Rider 28, and they'll give you the standard 22 pages of art, but then they will fill the other 10 pages up with stuff, just backstory, but it's nothing new. It's just all text and then old comic book panels to tell you what's been going on in the history of Ghost Rider, and it's $3.99 instead of the regular $2.99 issue. So
that's Marvel of the Marvel handbook, handbook of the Marvel Universe type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff you could look up on the Marvel website. You could look that up on Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing really groundbreaking new, they might want to say that they're justifying it by saying, well, we want to bring readers of a particular title like Ghost Rider up to date. But at the same time,
there's so many other different ways that people can get information now on the title. So what you're doing is you're paying an extra $1 for 10 extra pages of stuff that you don't want.
Right.
Here you're paying $3.99 an extra $1 for less material and even more shit that you don't want.
Right.
All right, and then this week we have the X-Men Pixies and Demon Director's Cut. Okay, $3.99. This is a reprint of the free Comic Book Day Marvel book. Okay, that was free. So what do? They reprint the free comic book in here.
True.
And can you guess what they did?
They reprinted a previous issue.
No, they didn't. They, even worse, they gave you script again for another 12 fucking pages, like 14 pages. It's ridiculous. Like, this was a free comic, and they reprint it, but then they just give you a bunch of text in the back, and it's $4. $4
for a book that was originally free.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You know, and then NYX, the current new miniseries that's going on, is another $3.99 book, and it's got 22 pages of art. It's a miniseries too, mind you. And then again, there's all more like, you know,
what is that?
Like you know, just like
what, interview, back matter, what?
Yeah, like just like that. I mean, just like, you know, different cover variations. It's like, it's shit that people don't want, but they're filling it up to make you, you know, it's like, well, we got extra stuff in there. You know, it's not just blank pages.
Right.
But
see, I don't get why they're doing that with the miniseries of all things.
It's a miniseries, so every issue of the miniseries has shit in the back that you don't want. And this Gen X was the worst. This miniseries finished up a couple months ago, but again, it was a miniseries. It was $3.99. But every miniseries, it would reprint old shit, like old comics. Like we were talking about when Gen X number 5 came out. This is number 3. It reprinted an old What The that Mike Mignola did that was about Wolverine.
Right.
It was a What The reprinted story, not the whole issue of What The, just the Wolverine story. People don't want that. Who gives a shit? You know, they don't want to pay $3.99 for books, regardless of what's in it. They want to just, you know, pay $2.99. So Marvel is kind of fooling you into thinking like, well, we actually have more pages in there. And the worst thing about it is that when retailers order this stuff, they don't tell you. They give you the page count, they give you what it's about, but they don't tell you that it's just a bunch of horse shit in there. They don't tell you what the extra pages consist of. When you order this Ghost Rider number 28, $3.99, they say it's like a 48-page special, 40-page special, but they're not telling you that it's not all original content. What I'm thinking is like 40. All right, so they're adding extra pages to the story and they're stretching it out. No, they're reprinting. They're just throwing reprinted stuff in the back. And like I said, the ghost boxes was the worst because 40 pages and so
I gotta say I was taken by surprise by that. I mean, first I grabbed the book and it doesn't feel like a $3.99 book. I mean, this feels you know, I don't sit there and count all the pages when I grab it. I just go, oh, okay. It wasn't until I got up to the counter, it's $3.99, and then you actually get in the book and you go, oh my God, it's like 2 backup stories.
Yeah,
it's like 2 backup stories for what would be say an X-Men anthology or something like that. And yeah, and then you've just passed the staple. Wait, okay, here we are. Here's the staple with the double page spread in, you know, another one of those embrace change faux community ads for Secret Invasion. You've just passed the staple. Here are the last 2 pages of the second story in the book, okay? And then the rest is all just, you know, this Warren Ellis script stuff with a couple breakdowns. And you know, I'm not going to hold Warren Ellis responsible for it. I'm not going to hold the artist responsible for it. I hold publishing responsible. This is above and beyond. I mean, this is just plain. This is snake oil sale. That's what it is.
Exactly what
snake oil selling, and it really starts. It's bordering on offensive right now. Mm-hmm. How they're doing.